once you click on the new project, then you start importing the assets you need. The assets are what you need for your project. Assets are the various components of a video, such as characters, the background, props, audio, video clips, text, and scenes. Each and every one of the assets are very important when you're creating, you're editing your video. Each and every one of them, once you, the assets you are the videos you snapped, the audio you have, and every other thing that has to do with the work you're going to do, and the assets are found in your gallery once it's done. So get to the Capcut app, click on import, this small plus button that is by the right. Click on it and start importing all the assets you need. It can be pictures, it can be videos, it can be logos of your work, logos or watermarks that will represent your work. Put each and every one of them the way it should be done, carefully placing them. You can go ahead and remove the background of the ones you want to remove, like this airplane track that you're seeing now. The tarmac is visually represented, the world, the globe is equally represented. Start adding them. You can start animating the works by using the keyframe feature. I will show you by using an arrow to point at it. So go ahead and click on the keyframe button. The keyframe feature is very important once you want to do any form of animation, any form of turning a picture into a moving object, turning an image, a PNG image, into a moving object. It's very important to note that the keyframe is very much useful. Keyframing is a feature that allows you to create motion graphics and smooth animation. It's very important you involve it in whatever you're doing. You go to your gallery, import whatever you want to import. Let it be this airplane right now. Use it to import. Once you import it, you can now start use that very keyframe feature that was showed to you to now start adding life to the aircraft. You'll be pressing it as you're going. So you can start adding keyframe to the airplane. Add keyframe to the airplane to give it life. There are other aspects that you have to start doing. You have to do as well. You use these websites to import your assets. In case I did not mention it earlier on, you can go to misskit.co. You can go to Pinterest to get HD images. You can go to unsplash.com. You can go to freepik.com, among others. There are plenty of them. You can always go there to get your images. Furthermore, if you want to remove the background of the assets you must have gotten, you go to slaza.com or remove BG to remove their background, to turn them into a PNG asset. With that, your work will be smooth. Your work will be very interesting to look at by your viewers. You can get more information by typing onto into Google to get your assets. There are plenty other places you can always get your asset done. Okay, just get them, get your work moving, and then continue what you are doing. Import the asset based on the coloration of the asset. If it's a black background, you get a white asset. If it's a poorly colored background, you get an asset that can be viewed easily. But just like you saw earlier, I used a black background, a black asset on a black background. I have to go back to get a red one that will indicate that, because someone can easily see it. So I'll get this asset, take it to a remove background website and remove the background, turn it into a PNG object. As you can see, I'm about to save it on Google. I'm about to save it into my phone. After saving it, I will now remove the background of this very image. I'm downloading it right now. You can do the same. Download it, remove the background, and continue with the importation into your work. You can see here, use slaza.com to remove a background of your image. That converts your image into a PNG image. Once you are done removing the background, import the image, the PNG image, into your editing environment, into the Capcut app. Import it, set it the way you want to set it, put it according to the size, the angle you want the movement of wherever you are targeting to be. Check the sizes, check the corners, check everything that needed to be done. Like our case here, it has to do with an airplane taking off from a particular location to a particular location. So the movement of the airplane has to follow this very red arc. The movement of airplane has to follow this very red arc, and it has to be very precise, so it can be convincing to whoever that is looking at that very image, whoever that is going to look at the video that is being created. Okay, so you arrange it, use your two fingers and turn it left, right, center. Use your two fingers and arrange it so it can be to be more convincing. So up next, after doing all these ones, now you now go to the maxing. Next is maxing. Maxing is actually what you use to make an image that is on your system, on the Capcut, on the video editing software, to look as if it's disappearing. As you can see from the definition, maxing is a feature contained in the editing software that allows you to select a specific piece of a video or use video overlays to hide, duplicate, reveal, or modify your footage. It can be used in multiple cases. Okay, maxing is very important once it comes to video editing, and if you learn it very well, you enjoy the use of maxing. There are several types of maxing, and we'll still get to that. Right now, use your two hands to direct this yellow line. You drag it as much as possible to get it to the directions you want to go. So max types: horizontal, mirror, circle, rectangle, heart shaped. Each and every one of them are very important for different scenarios. So let's get back to the maxing proper. So you use your two fingers to direct this very yellow line according to the keyframing that you're doing. You move it forward, you move your keyframe. You move it forward, you move your keyframe using your fingers. You move it forward, you move your keyframe. That's how it works. If you move it forward without moving your keyframe, it will not really do the maxing very well. Okay, it will not, the keyframing will not be, sorry, not maxing, the keyframe will not be able to take up the next position, because it's all about positioning. It's marked, it's all about marking time. You put it forward, you put the marks forward, you put your keyframe forward. If you put the marks forward, you put your keyframe forward, so it will be changing position. So look at what we were able to achieve. Once you press the play button, the red arc appears, becomes animated. Okay, it goes from a particular location, it's more or less increases in size till the keyframe becomes exhausted. So the next thing you have to do now is to move the airplane, to put keyframes onto the airplane. So you move each time you press on the keyframe, you move the airplane a little bit. Each time you move the keyframe, move the airplane a little bit. You just keep adjusting the positions on the editor screen. Just keep adjusting it. You keep adjusting it forward a little bit. Just keep going forward little by little till the very keyframe of the airplane is almost completed. Then you stop. Once you stop, the keyframe turns to red. As you can see on the timeline, the keyframe turns to red. You can try it by yourself, so you understand what I'm saying very well. Once you're done, you click it out, press
play button. Once you click on the play button, don't mind this thing that is coming out, it's the recorder. So once you click on the play button, then play it again for you to see what you were able to achieve. So let's play it. Okay, before playing it, there is I forgot to include the location icon on the globe. I was supposed to include the location icon. A location icon is equally an asset that you must have downloaded from the internet, from any of the websites I've already talked about. Use asset to use overlay to import any asset you want. You can equally write a text on it, like I'm writing here now, Abuja, Nigeria. It will be written, and then you use text to write it, then reduce the size to your text, write it near, put it near the location icon. Do the same where this is where the airplane will be taking off, or anything that you're working with. It can be Vespa working on a map, it can be anything whatsoever. It can be a motorcycle, it can be a vehicle moving on the map. But right now we're working with an airplane. So you put the location map, go to the other end of the map where the plane will be landing, and repeat the same thing. While you're using the text button, you can notice the styles, effects, animation, and other aspects of the text. You can use it to put more life into the text. So let's continue with the other side where the airplane will be landing. We'll repeat the same thing on that other side. Putting the location icon. Use text to write the location name. Once you're done doing that, you know your work is almost done. The arc is now animated. The airplane is now animated. The location and the location icon is put in the work. You can see now I'm bringing in a new location icon where the airplane will be landing. I'm just trying to import it into the work screen. The next thing is to use text and write the name of the location that the airplane will be landing. So these are very important. As you can see, I'm writing Dubai to be Dubai, United Arab Emirates. So that's what gives the work more life. It makes it to be more entertaining, and shows your customer or your client that you know exactly what you're doing, and you did exactly what he or she asked you to do. So that's basically how to animate a video using text and using text, videos, and an image. So we put each and every one of them together to get that. So you can go ahead and repeat the same thing on a map that is just drawn, not a globe. You can equally do the same thing, just the same way we did the previous one. Do it on a map that is left off. You can repeat it using the airplane. Do that and get the same result. Okay.
So a similar thing is being done here right now. A similar thing is being done. We placed the asset, that is map of the world, into the same editor screen. The same editor screen on Capcut. Placed it, then brought in assets from different locations. Here we're using a different type of screen marker. Instead of using just a red arc, we used an arc that is a little bit divided, so you see the differences. We place the arc in between the locations that the airplane will be taking off and where it will be landing. After placing it on those different locations, we make sure we know the location name, then started importing this is the airplane that is about to be placed on a particular location. It will be taken off. Okay, and then you use your two fingers and tilt it the way the arc is being pointed, so it will go from South America to Asia. to go from South America to Russia. That is landing on in Russia. Okay, so it goes this way. You do the same keyframing with the airplane. You give it, make sure you follow that the same process. You click on the keyframe before clicking on the object on the overlay section. You move the each time you move the object to a new location, you move the keyframe, you touch the keyframe. Each time you move the object, you move the keyframe. Once time you move the object, you move the keyframe. You continue to move it this way till, as you can see, each time I move it to a new location, it turns red on the keyframe. Each time I move it on the new location, it turns red on the keyframe. And if you touch it, you move the object as well on the editor screen. That's how you can achieve something like this, that it will become animated. So let's play from the beginning. Let's play from the beginning so we get it all done. It's very important this is noted. So you can go ahead and add the sound. Go to audio, add sound. You can type the type of sound you want. Like we're talking about plane here, so I type in airplane on the sound aspect on the search bar. The sound will come out, the airplane sound. Sorry, it's not going to come out because of the device I'm using to record it. Let's record that. So the action continues. The sound will now be played on the background while the video. You can increase the volume of the sound that's being produced. So your work will be smooth, your work will be wonderful, your work will be very, very nicely displaying, very, very nice. So that's how this motion graphics can be done. You can equally call it video editing, but this is mostly motion graphics. Okay, so go ahead, try by yourself. Even the typing aspect, you can go ahead and type, put typing on the audio search bar, so you can bring up a typing sound, like when it's typing a typewriter type of typing, or even keyboard type of typing, to bring up a keyboard type of typing on the when the video is being played. Okay, so go ahead and try your own as much as possible. If you make any mistake whatsoever, you can chat me up so we can walk it through. It's very important to learn it. That's why I'm taking my time to make this video, so you can be knowledgeable about